Hi there, you are tuned into Beauty and Braids, the podcast where I, Karyne, has conversations about all things relevant to personal growth and development. Just a heads up, I'm unfiltered. You're welcome. I see a true color shining through. I see a true colors. Yeah, and they're shining through. So today's episode is about true colors, and since this is a beauty podcast, I might as well relate it to hair. So when we think about true colors, we're thinking about your natural born color, who you are, what your hair color type is, your skin tone, all of that. A lot of people don't know that you do have undertones. I have a red undertone. So if someone else is, we talk about skin, we're talking about beauty, right? So I'm going to talk about hair, skin, all of that, and personality, okay? Because this is about personal growth and development. So when you think about colors, a lot of people, when they see me, I'm brown or whatever, but I'm really I have this red undertone. So my appearance will come off rich in nature, right? Like it's bright, just kind of, I don't know how to say it, but comes off a little bit golden. So my brown will come off a little golden, besides someone who has blue undertones, or cold. That's called the colder. So they'll come off more gray. They'll come off gray. I don't know how else to say it. But or dull, right? So those blue undertones will make you look a little bit more dull in comparison to someone with red undertones. Red undertones will make you look a little bit lively. It's warm colors. So that's my undertone. So a lot of hairstyles that I can work with I can do bright and fun colors. I mean, everyone can, but I can get away with it. It'll just look natural on me. If I put on red hair or anything like that, it would just look okay. Everybody would be like, oh my God, yeah, that looks good on you. So sometimes if I put black braids on or brown braids, it won't really come off unless I have honey brown in it or some type of blonde mix, but it has to have some type of red undertones in my hair color, so that way it can bring out my skin tone. So you have to be mindful when you are working with it. You got to know who you are, right? This is about knowing who you are, knowing what you're made of, your skin type, your skin tone, your hair type, your hair color. My natural hair color comes out really dark. It has a brown tint to it, but it comes off really dark. If anybody sees, it's really dark. But on my skin, it appears that I don't have any hair on my legs or anything like that, because it's a lighter tone. It's weird. I mean, if you really paid attention to yourself, you'll know that in different places you have different textures of hair, different colors on your skin, and it's just different. You have lighter hair, which is around your face is lighter to blend in with your skin tone compared to those on your head. So anyways, so when you're making sure that you're looking at your hair color, when you know what it is and what type of hair texture you have and the density, then you know how to take care of it, how to get it to do what you want, right? So, and then when your hair grows out, like, especially if you have like a dye on it or something like that, like, and it grows out, you see the person's true colors. Like, if you have braids on in your hair, you have new growth, people will see the natural texture of your hair in the growth and in the color and the growth. The color and the texture of your hair will be shown in the new growth, because that's what is the natural part of it. So now that we got through the hair part and the skin and all that natural stuff, now let's talk about people's personalities and true colors. There is, just like your hair and skin tone automatically in time tells who you are, or what you look like, right? So does the person's personality. Their true colors do show because I feel like a lot of people come off and they think that they have a one-up on you, right? Like, they'll tell you this perfect situation about who they are and all this stuff, but in the long run, if you give a person enough time, their true colors will show. Like, this is proven. This is a proven fact over time. No one can keep a lie up that long. Like, if you have told somebody one thing, there is somebody who grew up with you, who knows you, who's really close to you, who knows they know. Like, because I feel like sometimes with me, a lot of people don't know that I've had a short temper. Like, if you get to know me, it's not hidden. Like, it's not hidden, but people who know me long enough, they'll see, oh, she got a short temper, or she doesn't like certain things, like, or she get annoyed real quick with this, or like stupidity. Yeah, that annoys me. People asking the same question over and over. Yeah, there is a such thing as a dumb question. It's a question that is definitely can be answered, or it has been answered, and the person just don't get it, or they refuse to get it, or they could have just looked it up, but they want to ask you just to waste your time. Now, that's a stupid question. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I don't like repeating myself. People get to know that. Like, my true colors it doesn't take that long to get to see it. Like, if people hang out with me long enough, hear my stories and listen to me, or follow my page, and you'll see who I am. It's a pattern. Like, there's things that I say all the time, or there's things that I do all the time, and things that things that I like to do. So yeah, that's my true colors. Like, I'm not perfect, not at all, not perfect, and I know that nobody else is perfect, so I can't hurt people, or disrespect anybody for not being something, because I know I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So I just mind my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, the news come to me sometimes. I be weak sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, where a little bit of gossip falls on my ear, and I'm like, oh, but I'm like, nah, let me not do this, because I don't. Yeah, sometimes true colors matter sometimes. Like, I swear, like, if someone talks bad about someone, right, and who they are, their character. This is for people who actually pay attention to who they're around. That whoever's talking bad about this person might be lying. right? They might have agenda or something like that, but you have to know the people. Like, you have to pay attention. I think it is very important for people to pay attention to everybody and like who they are, their character. Are they a person who always lying, or are they a person who's always hating on someone or talking bad about somebody or all is in somebody's business and all of, like, if you really look at the person and be like, oh, like, I don't got no friends and stuff like that. Okay, you start looking at people who don't have friends, or you see people who are think they have friends, or they like to say or name drop a lot of people, but they really don't have real friends. Like, if they're not genuine, like, you could start to see people's true colors. Like, people who like to bash people a lot, they have no people. They have no people. There's no loyalty. There's no honor in their friendship. Like, I don't know if I were to be friends with somebody who stops being friend with somebody else, and then now they're just like, their business is out there. Like, that is not a friend, or never was a friend. Because for me, I feel like during the time of me and you being friends, I'm not sharing your business. I'm not talking about you and anything like that. You probably no longer matter to me. Like, I'm not coming around. Like, if somebody asks me about a person, don't ask me about that person. I don't speak to that person. Don't ask me about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want no parts, nothing coming back to them or coming back to me. Like, he say, she say. No. Look, genuine people don't do all of that. We ain't messy. Like, if I genuinely stop talking to a person, I don't want to talk about the person. Like, I don't care for it. Like, don't bring me news. I don't really care. You know, like, they could have won the lottery. I'm like, happy for, great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't win it. So, you know, great. But it's just the people who like to kind of stir certain things up back. Like, oh, have you heard about, I don't care. Oh, okay. Because they know, or they feel like most people like to hang around or talk information about somebody that you both probably ain't feeling. So they think you have a mutual understanding, like, okay, so if I get news, I could talk about this person. No, because in a situation or in the near future or something like that, you and I start talking, I know this is what you do. You know, you'll find a common mutual enemy or something like that, and you'll run back and say. So to be aware of those people who like to carry news, like, they really enjoy it. Like, people are super happy, like, oh my God, guess what I got. They're people who are happy with bringing news back, because that's what they live for. Okay, those are the true colors. And I think we think it's entertaining, and it's not. It's not cute at all. Like, it's like, what are you doing with your life, right? So anyways, even in the business aspect, like, I felt like I had a couple of people who were selling a dream, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I can do this and stuff like that. Having conversations. I'm like, I really like this person. I really like, you know, who this person is. But you have to understand that this world is made up of a lot of people with mental health issues, illnesses. You know, there are different things. There's people who suffer from anxiety, or, you know, the Napoleon complex, or compulsive liars, all of those things that you have to be mindful. So I'm thankful that I worked in a psychiatric hospital where I saw firsthand the different types of personalities and what they could do to my patients and my staff. Okay. So I realized that you could have people who are telling you one thing and they doing complete different. They're doing the complete different thing. I'm getting tongue tied, but it's completely different. You're like, really? Like, didn't we just have this conversation and you're literally doing the complete opposite? What the hell? So you get a lot of people who are like, what the hell? But those people are there trying to, and I mean, some people are not aware of them doing that, but then there's some people who like to do that. Like, they want to make it look like, they're doing something for you, but they're not. Like, it just, maybe they like to see people rattled. You have to be mindful. This world is made up of a lot of special people, special characters, people with time on their hands, people who grew up in different types of environments that has played with their psyche. So it's, you just have to be mindful, be compassionate, and also protect yourself, because I tell you, these people will have you messed up, like thinking it's you when it's really them, and they just really trying to make you go crazy, really. So pay attention to people's true colors, because like Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. So if someone likes to complain about something over and over and over, and you're like, you like doing this is who you are, this is I'm not here for it, like, people, or they'll look and see, they'll really pay attention to who you are. So you can be a genuine helpful person, and people know that, and they'll come to you with all their issues, all their problems, and and you're just sitting there like, what the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful to people who need help, and people who thrive off of it, or just, I don't even know. Just look at people's true colors. It will show you in the patterns. It's never out of nowhere, out of the blue. They've come out of, it's so weird that we talk about colors and it's like out of the blue, right? So and if you think about colors, what color meaning is blue is truth, right? Red is alert. So when we talk about red flags, like, oh, that's a caution to stop. But for me, I've learned to stop at the yellow flag. Okay. I have reconditioned my head to start seeing yellow flags instead of waiting on the red flag. Because I feel like red flag is like when you done almost past the point of no return, right? Like, it's like, oh my God, I'm so deep in this. This is a red flag. Leave. Right? Like, oh my God. Like, this is danger. Like, I don't want to get to the point where I'm just like, danger. Like, I want to get to the point where I'm like, oh wait, this doesn't look promising, right? Like, I don't want this to go any further. Like, before there is the guns are blazing and knives are slashing, you know what I'm saying? Bottles are thrown. Like, I feel like you have to identify the yellow flags before you identify the red flags, because the red flags are literally when you're going into the danger zone, okay? And you don't want to go all the way into the danger zone and then try to turn around. Like, I mean, you're already in the danger zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is either like you're gonna die or this is gonna end. Like, it's just gonna end badly. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's gonna always be a lesson, but if you've gone through enough red flags, by this time you have learned, or should have learned, how to identify the yellow flags. What do you get before you hit red? You get yellow, okay? Because you go with green first, and you're going, and then you hit yellow, right? You slow down. Something ain't adding up. It don't feel right. I don't know about this. My intuition is telling me no. My gut is not feeling good. My heart isn't all the way in it. Something ain't adding up. That is your yellow flag. Don't go, nah, never mind. Let's just proceed. Like, no, you don't proceed at a yellow light. You slow down. You slow down. What I do at yellow lights, I stop. Okay? If it ain't adding up, this person is kind of flaky or wishy-washy or lying for no reason. Like, you be like, did you do that? No, I didn't do that. When you know the person, that you be like, oh, so you just gonna lie straight up to my face. All right. Showing signs of fibbing early on is a clear sign of a yellow flag. If they're lying at this stage, imagine what they do at the next. Stop right here, get off the ride, and go somewhere else. This is not an amusement park here. This is a thriller. Okay? All right? Okay? I'm trying to help you here. This is because I've learned so many things. Wisdom comes from experience. Okay? You don't earn wisdom, or people, if you hear people say, oh, I'm wise and all this, you don't, first of all, you don't say you're wise, like, because people tell you you're wise. Like, oh my God, you're so wise and things like that. When you hear that, then you're wise. If no one's telling you that, you're not. Okay? And wisdom comes from experience. Okay? I mean, you could be a young person and have gone through a lot and you have learned from it. And you can be an older person and not have gone through anything and didn't learn anything. So you are not wise. It just means that this person has gone through so much in their life that they have some type of feedback or wisdom or lessons that they have learned from it and they can share. Right? In a positive way. Not a person who is looking at it as, well, I won't do that anymore because, no, why haven't you, what did you learn from it? Why was it placed upon your life for you to go through this situation? So anyways, when I talk about true colors, just be understanding to the situation with people, because a lot of people like to hide. A lot of people like to hide their colors, their spots. You know how to say the leopard changes its spots. So you have to understand why people do certain things, because they need to disguise themselves in order to get something. Most times people lie or disguise themselves because they're going to get something. And what it is that they're trying to get is what, one of the questions that you should ask yourself as you dive deep into people's true colors, their true nature. There's a saying where there is a scorpion trying to cross a river and a frog, and it asks a frog, can I catch a ride on your back across the river so I don't drown? And the frog says, hey, but you're gonna sting me. And then the scorpion says, I won't sting you, because if I sting you, we both will drown. So no other animal agreed to the scorpion ride and hatching a ride on the back, right? So this harmless frog said, so the frog is nice and says, all right, okay, that's logical, right? That makes sense. You get what all right, you know what you're doing. All right. You can control yourself. So now midway, the frog and the scorpion is getting across this river, and the scorpion stabs or stings the frog. Now they're both going down, and the frog, as it's dying, asks the scorpion, like, why would you do that? Why would you stab me and I'm helping you across the river? And the scorpion says, as it's also going down and drowning, it's in my nature. So the lesson here is that, listen, if people have showed you who they are, believe them. Because if you don't believe them and you go against your intuition, your gut feeling, those yellow flags that presented themselves early on, those things that had you question it, those questions like, are you sure you can do this? Are you sure you're up for it? Are you sure you're for this? Like in relationships, are you available? Are you emotionally available? Are you healed? What is up with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have time? If you're asking these questions, that means you already know deep down, these are yellow flags. This person does not know themselves well enough to tell you the truth. Okay? And it's just that simple. They might not be thinking they're lying to you because they hope that things get better, but they're lying to themselves. Okay? A lot of people don't realize that they look and see, oh, no, I could do this. I can do this. And then they're really over their head in all of this, quicksand, and they are like, oh my God, why did I say I could do this? Why did I, but they can't, right? So you have to identify those issues. Like if you see someone might need help in a situation and they're saying, oh yeah, no, I got this. Go with your gut. Don't go with their gut. Go with your gut. You can never have too much help. So if you're in the employer seat, hire help so that way you aren't at fault. Because at the end of the day, when you are running a business, you are the person responsible. And nobody going to say, oh, well, this person is. No, you are the leader. You should see and identify situations beforehand, because most of the people don't know what's happening until it happens. And if you have foresight, if you are blessed with foresight and you can see what the issue is and what a person is going to do, because you've had the experience and the wisdom to see when people are struggling in a situation, but they're trying to perceive to be like the hero and they can do it all, step in. Because all they're going to do is say, I'm sorry, I thought I could. You don't want to say, but I told you would. Just go, I understand. You feel you can do this, but at this time, I'm not here for feeling. I'm here for doing. And you have to make those tough decisions or the right decisions that give people help, right? If you see work is being pushed back or delayed, that person needs help. It's it's plain and simple. That person needs help. They don't like asking for help. There's different personalities, so you have to understand who you're getting into business with, who you're getting into a relationship with, who you're getting into a friendship with. People will show you their true colors, but you have to take time. That's why people have probation periods. That's why people date and court, because you have to understand a person before you say, that's my boyfriend, or that's my best friend, or that's, you know what I'm saying? I hired this person. This is my expert. Like, you have to start looking and seeing, like, this person is not adding up. This person does not deliver. You know what I'm saying? So you start to see those type of things. And as a person who does not deliver, I think you should reevaluate what you're selling, because you will lose a lot more than you gain by selling a story and you basically have no story to sell. And so understand your true colors. That's one of the biggest things, is know thyself. Like, really, really know who you are, because if you don't, People will tell you who you are. They will paint a picture. We're talking about colors, right? They will paint a picture of who you are, and you will believe them. And you could probably messed up one time, and now you're painted this whole situation because you did not know who you were and be honest with yourself about it. Is so like me, I tell people, listen, I got anxiety, or like I'm not into micromanaging anybody. And up front, I tell people when I'm really dating them or whatever, I don't like hearing people. I don't like the person that I'm with cursing, not at me, not in a conversation with me. If you're cursing, I don't want a conversation with you. I have my own reasons of why I think that, because as we go, I can break it down on what I've seen. The people who don't respect it, cursing to me comes with respect. When I'm around my mom or anything like that, I'm not cursing. I'm respecting who is around me to not bring that negative energy. There's no positive energy in cursing. There's nothing of the sort. There's no positive. So if I ever were to curse around my mom or anything like that, that's disrespectful. If I curse around a kid, I'm teaching them something, or I'm pouring this into them, and it's going to be in their DNA now, you know what I'm saying, their psyche, where they can repeat that or whatever. So I'm mindful. I sound crazy. I sound really weird now if I try to curse, because it's not a part of my makeup anymore. At first I was struggling with it. I was like, weird. I feel so bad. I sound so weird cursing, but I realized it's no longer in my makeup. Like, it's not a facade where it's like, I don't curse. Like, I can slip something, like if it's some like a real vulgar joke or something like that, and I'll say it. I'm not saying like, oh my God, you're a sinner. I'm just saying, be mindful who you talk to. And if anybody who's trying to date somebody and trying to win them over and talk like that, and they're already cursing and stuff like that, that's a sure sign. That's a yellow flag. This person does not respect you. Plain and simple. And all the time after it, I start to listen to this person, and this person is angry. They're mad about something. They're, depressed about that and all this extra stuff. They just have negative bottled up. And I see it. Like, you don't have to tell. Like, people are like, oh my God, nah, I'm not. No, yeah, you are. You're miserable. Because miserable people, what happy people, what happy person you know what I'm saying, it's just like cursing out no, it's someone who is angry about something. There's something deep down is rooted in them. It's there. Like, you could mean well, but at the end of the day, there's still some unhealing. There's still some unhealed part of you, and it needs healing before you can try to do something that is out of your comfort zone. Like, heal, right? Like, that's the biggest thing. Heal. Healed people aren't angry people, okay? Because you've learned that everything happens to you for a reason, for the betterment of yourself, to build you up, builds up your character, right? So when you understand this, what you mad at? You don't have nothing to be angry about, because you have found the reason why certain things happen to you, and it made you stronger for it. Yeah, so true colors. I don't know if I kind of really dive deep into those things, but my favorite color is royal blue. And royal blue for me is just that. It's just so vibrant. It's bright. it doesn't need to stand out. It already stands out on its own. It doesn't have to say I'm royal blue. It's just royal blue. It's rich in nature. It's, like, it's truth because it's blue. It's honest. It's royal. And it speaks of the communication chakra. Well, the throat chakra is blue, communication. So, honesty and truth and speaking and communicating is something that I really hold dear. So please understand, I listen closely. I pay attention. So I welcome anybody who's trying to deceive, because at the end of the day, I see your true colors. They're shining through. Thank you again for listening to Beauty and Braids. I'm your girl Karyne, and this has been another great day. Until next time, you'll hear from me then. In the meantime, please follow me on @Hair by Karyne, @Shop Braid Appeal, and @YTC Nonprofit. Get to know me a little bit better. Check them out. Bye.